Let them join. All right. Good evening, everyone. We are here for this brand new webinar, which is SOLIDWORKS 101 and IDC submission walkthrough. To all the participants who are keen to know about how you can submit your initial design concept, now is the right time, and we are going to explain. But just before that, we want you to understand and we want to give a brief introduction about SolidWorks and some tips and tricks by our one of our fellow experts, Mr. Rahul Rai, and then talking about IDC submission by one of our experts, Mr. Kundlik Garte. So stay tuned for that. We are going to start within the next 5 minutes. If your fellow teammates have not joined yet, please inform them so that you all can have you can all have understand about this webinar. So looking forward to talk to you all in next 5 minutes. Thank you. All right, so let's get started. Those who have just joined right now, I welcome you all for this brand new webinar. It's the fourth webinar under Akruti. It's called as SOLIDWORKS 101, where we are going to talk about the basics of SOLIDWORKS and we are going to share some tips and tricks. And this webinar will be led by Mr. Rahul Rai, who is 3D Experience EDU Industry Process Expert Specialist at Dassault Systems India. Post that, we are going to talk about IDC submission and how all the teams can submit their first initial design concept, how they can follow the proper instructions. Mr. Kunli Garde, who is SOLIDWORKS User Success Specialist at Dassault Systems, will be going to talk about and give you a whole walkthrough about the IDC submission. So without a further delay, let's get started. Over to you, Mr. Rahul.
Thank you, Shivam. So first thing that first thing that you do for sorry, yeah, I got lost in something. Yeah. So good evening, everyone, and today I will share some tips and tricks about SolidWorks. So I will not go too deep in how to make your final product in SolidWorks, but I will give you some overview that what are the functionalities that you can use to create your product and some tips and tricks if you get stuck somewhere or you want to make your 3D modeling more efficient. You can use those tricks to get your design done faster. So I will just share my screen. So once you have installed SolidWorks on your desktop, first thing that you need to do is you need to launch it. You can do it using your desktop shortcut, or you can go to your start menu and search there. So this is the first thing that you will see. Either this screen or you will have a screen which will show you your recent models that you made. So these are the two options available. So for a first timer, this screen is the first one that you will see, and there to create first thing you can create three things in SolidWorks. When you initialize, either you can create a part, you can create an assembly, or you can create a drawing. So first we will go through the part module of SolidWorks. So to create a part, you need to select this and then you need to click OK. So then you will be switched to this view where you can see that all the functionalities that to create a part are present. So this is the first screen now. Uh, this is a 3D modeling software. In a 2D modeling software, you can just create 2D designs. In the 3D one, you add depth to all those sketches. So for a designer, first they create sketches on paper or they create the shape, and then after creating those 2D sketches, you need to add depth. You cannot do that on paper, so you can do that in SolidWorks. So to create the first sketch, there are three main basic planes. So from this, you can either view or hide them. So right now they are hidden. Let me show those. I think, yeah. So yeah. So these are the three basic planes: front plane, right plane, and top plane. So you can start with either three of these according to your design, whichever you think that will be a good base for your product. You can choose that plane. So you cannot create anything from thin air in real life, but in SolidWorks, first you have to create something out of thin air, and then you need to apply operations on it and modify it, add details to create your final product. So let's start with the top plane. To create a sketch on any plane, you need to select that plane and go to that sketch option. So when you select that, that plane becomes normal to your viewing direction, and then these menus are available. So you can create your sketch profile using these entities. There are lines, different types of lines, center line, midpoint line. There are different types of circles that you can create, and there are different types of rectangle. So choosing the entity it depends on how you are going to create your sketch. So suppose I want to create a rectangle centered at the origin. So I can select that. I can click to place that origin, drag and drop to select the size of the rectangle, and then press it again to place it. So this is how, so I will just hide those planes so that you can view the sketch nicely. And so right now it looks, it is in a 2D plane. So to view it in 3D, you can go to this view orientation menu and then select the trimetric view. So now you can see it in 3D. So this is the sketch which I'm talking about, that right now it is in 2D plane. To make it 3D, you need to extrude this sketch in the Z direction. So let's go to the feature menu, select extrude base. This sketch is automatically selected right now. If it is not selected, you can select it using this flyout design menu. And so there are two options. So right now, because there is just one enclosed area, it is extruded. So you can select the height of the extrude. Suppose right now it is 60. You can make it 100. So in engineering, we have must come across that when we say that some quantity is 100, 20, 60, people will ask what is the unit. So for that, we have a menu here. So from here, you can select what is your unit system. It can be millimeter gram second, it can be centimeter gram second. So according to the size of your design, suppose you are working on some design which is a house, which is big like a house. So sometime you want to shift to meter kilogram second, or if you are working on a very small object, so you want to work on millimeter gram second. So according to your product, you choose your unit system and you stick to that. So yeah, so right now, so in this rectangle, you can add the dimension to the sides of rectangle. You need to select the smart dimension, select a side, place the dimension, and then you can enter the value. So make it 100-meter long, and we can make it 50-meter wide. So now if we go back to the 3D view, you can see it. And to see the dimension of sketch, just click on the sketch and you can see it in the 3D view also. And if you want to make changes, you can just double click and change it here and then rebuild the model and it will be reflected. So this is one of the quick way to edit any sketch. Instead of going into, like, you can click on the sketch and edit the sketch, make changes, exit the sketch, and those will be reflected. Or you can just, when you are in the 3D view, you can select a sketch. Also, if you select the feature like the extrude boss, you can also change the value of the feature. So we can make it 75 also, and it will be reflected. So this is the basics of SolidWorks, that you create a sketch and then you apply a feature from, so you create a sketch using these sketch entities and then you apply a feature to make it a 3D product. So this is the first thing. Second thing is that now we have a cube, but we cannot do anything with a simple cube. So in our product, there will be other features. So suppose if our product is a cube and then we want to apply some forces on it. So on these corners, the stress concentration will be there. So one of the way to reduce the stress concentration is using the feature fillet. So in the feature menu, there is this feature fillet. You click on it, and in the fillet item, you need to select those edges. So either you can select those edges or you can select a face and all the edges will be automatically selected. So quickly I will do that. So now all of our edges are selected and we can give the radius, suppose 5 mm, and then okay. So now we have added one feature on it. So what fillet did, it removed some material from it and it made the corner round. And suppose yeah, so from this cube, I think we can make a hammer out of it. So to make a hammer, we need to add a handle in this cube. Okay. So you need to just select either. So one of the ways is that either you select one of the basic planes. Suppose we select this front plane We sketch on it a circle. So to get this circle at the center, one of the way is that you can use a center line for construction. Wait, so if suppose you are in a, sketch view and you rotate the 3D view, so now to get back to that 2D plane, you just need to press spacebar, or you can select it from the orientation menu and then just select normal to plane. So now again you are back to that 2D view. So now we will create a center line. So this center line, it works as a construction geometry. Just for reference, if I extrude or apply any feature, nothing will happen. So I need to add a circle here at the center line. So, and let's make it 10 mm. And then you can go, so instead of exiting the sketch and then applying the feature, if you are already in the sketch, edit sketch space, just go to the features and select the feature and it will be applied automatically. So in earlier one we did, so there are these end conditions available. So blind one is that you select the blind end condition and then you enter a value that we want the feature to be. Or there are other menus. So one of the end condition is through all. So this sketch will apply the feature through all the bodies that are available. Or you can do through all both. So it acts in both ways. So it will create a hole through this cube. Yeah. So, and let's add some fillets here also. Okay. Maybe on the others. Yeah. So if you have applied a feature and you want to make some changes in it, you can just select that feature, click edit feature, and then you can add more details into it. Or suppose, so there is one of the, method to modify your design, or you want to, if you want to make some changes, one of the way is that this roll up feature. So you can use, just click on this roll up bar and move it to the feature that you want to edit. So now, right now this cube is, its height is more than its length. So we will change that. So I will just click on the feature. I will make it heights to 50, and then I will make its width to 100, and let's rebuild the model. So now it looks more like a, hammer block. And if I roll it down, this fillet feature is applied. Now this cut extrude feature is applied, and then fillet is applied to these holes. But so let's change the uh, placement of the hole. So for that, we will again roll up. Now, if you have created a sketch and you want to, so right now this sketch is on this face, and I want this sketch to be on this face. So one of the way is that you can change the plane of the sketch. So if you click on the sketch, there is an option of edit sketch plane. So if you select that, and then you can select the face or plane where you want to place it. And then if you click OK, yeah, so let's see. So now this sketch is broken. If I apply a fillet, that will also show error. So to diagnose that, if you hover over any sketch, it will show you what is the problem. The sketch has not been updated because there are some problems. And if you go through all the options, like it will give you how you can diagnose it. So I know what is the problem that, yeah, so this sketch had some references which were there in the previous phase, but right, so we will just delete the center line. We will create another center line and then place this circle on the midpoint of the center line. Yeah, let's do that again. Yeah. So now if I exit the sketch is repaired and the hole is made. And also for the fillet, yeah, we will edit that feature also. And for that we will have, so we will clear this and add fillet to the newly created hole. Okay, so our block for the hammer is ready, and now we need to add a handle to this. So this is all about the part. Okay, so now let's save this one. Press Ctrl plus S, and you can save it to any place you want. And we will close this because we are done with the part features. Now to create a handle, we need to create a new assembly. So just click on the assembly and click OK, and it will prompt you to select any first part that you want to add. So let's add this block here, and the first part that you add in any assembly is always fixed. So to add new part, there is another option available in the assembly tab. Click on click on the insert components and select new part. It will add a empty part in your assembly. If you have already created a handle, in a new by creating a new part, you can add that, or you can add an empty part in the assembly and then create a handle taking the reference of this already created block. So we will create a new empty part. So to edit any part in any assembly, you just click on that part and you can click on edit part. So first we need to save that assembly also. So we did that. Now the assembly is also saved, and when it becomes sky blue, the name of the part, that means you can add, you are editing that part only. So let's just change something here. Let's make it a little bit more. Yeah. And when you are done with editing your part, you can just click on exit part editing, and your new part is updated. So we created this empty part, and we will, so let's rename it that this is the, yeah. So let's rename it to uh, head. Okay, so we will rename it later. So in this one, just click on the part and click edit part. And now you can create another part taking reference of this already created hammerhead. So click on the top plane, click on sketch, and now we will create another circle, and let's make it, yeah, again 10 mm wide, and click OK. So now just select the sketch and select the extrude boss base. So one of the benefit of creating that part in an assembly, that you can take the reference of the existing part. Now I can see, like, if I extrude this circle and to create the handle, I can see that how long it will look with the head. So let's keep it something 200. Okay. Now we will exit the sketch. So right now this, handle looks too thin. So in the assembly, we will edit the block to make, yeah, so this was for that. And now, so this sketch we need to edit. So we will make it 20 mm wide. And similarly, we can do this for this part also. So if you create all parts separately, you need to, go into that part, edit it, and then go back into the assembly to see the changes. Or you can just edit all those parts in the assembly, and you will see the changes, quickly on your design. That way you can, create a part, create an assembly. And so we all know that just creating the 3D part in SolidWorks is not enough. You need to present it also. So one of the way to present it, that you need to add material on it or make it visually more appealing. So there are already created material in the SolidWorks. So just click on this appearance scene and decals in the task pane. And from there, you can select appearances and there are a lot of materials available. So for the hammerhead, let make it, let's see, iron or maybe matte iron. So you just click and drag and drop it. Yeah, so wait. Let's remove this appearance. So we will apply something else to the block and some wooden material to the handle. So let's see for wood what we have. So in the organic folder, we have the wood and let's apply this one. So just drag and drop it and it will give you option on which level you want to apply it. So we just need to see. Yeah, give me a second. I need to check something. Yeah, so it should be in that option that you can remove the appearances. So if you select any face, there is this option of editing the appearances. You can select it on the assembly level, the faces, the feature level, or the part. So let's edit it on this part level, and we will see. Yes. So so using these materials, you can apply those to your model, and you can see the changes. Right now, this hammer is upside down, and because this both of these parts are fixed, so you cannot move them. So there is another option. If you click on any part, you can make it float. And now if you select that part, you can move it around in your 3D space. Or you can just click on it and drag anywhere. But yeah, and then this part is fixed. So to assemble your all your components, you can select faces on your component and they will give you an options to mate them. Or you can go to this mate option and you can apply mates like coincident, parallel, perpendicular, tangent. For this cylindrical surface and the cylindrical surface of this hammer, we will apply a concentric mate. So now because we have applied the concentric mate, you can just move it in one direction. So this hole in the head and this handle will always stay concentric. So to make it, so we want this surface. Yeah. So if you select this top face and this face, it will give you options like which mates can be applied to these two combination. So let's apply the coincident one. And now your hammer is ready. So now this handle cannot move. And if you want to move your hammer in the 3D space, you can make the top also float and now you can move it. So that was one of the thing. And so just having a stationary object is also not that much appealing. You can also add motion in it. So let's create a drop motion of this hammer. So to drop it, we need a floor. So quickly just create one, let's quickly create a floor. We will insert a empty component. We will edit it. We will select the top plane. We will create a center rectangle for the floor. We will add some dimensions to it. Let's make both of these equal. Let's extrude it to some length. And our floor is ready. So let's make this, yeah. So let's place the hammer somewhere here. Okay, so I think this looks nice. So now we need to go to the motion study tab. So here you will have options to add exciting forces like motor, spring. You can add contact between them and gravity. So instead of animation, so in animation, like if you select, so at 0 time, your hammer is here. And suppose we go to 4 second and we move your hammer in the 3D view. So there is a keyframe created. Now, if you click on calculate, it will move the hammer in that direction. So right now this animation looks choppy. You just go to the settings and make the frame rate to let's say 30 frames per second. And if you recalculate it, it will look smooth. So that is one way to achieve motion in 3D view, and to have that natural motion that when a hammer will drop on a floor, to add that, we have this option to add gravity. So to add gravity, we need to switch to basic motion and then click on gravity. So if we remove this keyframe and add this to 6 second, and then we will add gravity to it. So you can add it in X, Y, or Z direction. Let's add it in Y direction. So this green arrow on the right corner, it will show you in which direction the gravity is being applied. So let's add it in the Y direction and click OK. So now if I calculate this, yeah, the hammer will drop quickly. So there is other option to see the drop of the hammer. You can reduce the speed of that simulation. And now let's see this. So right now it passes right through the floor, because as I mentioned that you can add contact. So the contact means that you are going to define which two entities in your assemblies are going to interact with each other. So if I click on contact, I can select this hammer, this handle, and this floor, that these three will contact with each other. And there is another option to use contact groups, in which I can define that this handle and this hammer will interact with this floor. So in, yeah, there are two ways. And now yeah, so right now this hammer is falling too quickly. So the benefit of doing simulation in SolidWorks is that you can change how physics works in this, and you can do what if, or so suppose for you want to see that hammer dropping on the floor in slow motion, so you can change the value of the gravity. So let's make it 100 times less. And now let's calculate this. Yeah, so let's change it to normal speed, and also the frame rate we will keep it to 30. So that's how this hammer is going to fall on the floor. So you can create slow mos, you can create fast forward, you can just change the value of the gravity. And so that's how you can make your uh, product demonstration video. So this is just one of the way, like this was a hammer, so like we cannot do much with it. If you create gears, you can add mates in them, and then you can see motion between those gears. So using that motor tool, you can do that. So this was a quick overview from part design to creating a simple part to creating an assembly, and after creating an assembly, how you can create a motion study to see how it will act in gravity, and the contact between the different assembly parts. So that was all from my side, Shubham. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much, Rahul. That was a very quick introduction about the motion study, and definitely it is going to help our teams to understand more about it. And Rahul, if you can, I guess you were also referring to some courses which students can learn for the beginner ones. who doesn't know much about SolidWorks and who would like to take their SolidWorks journey to next level, would you like to share some information with them?
Yes, definitely. So on Coursera, we have just launched a new course for SolidWorks. So I will just share my screen to show that, and I will explain what you get in that course.
Yes.
So on Coursera, there is a course named SolidWorks 3D CAD for Education. So in this one, so this is you can view the all content of the course. It's freely available, and in this course, you get from basics to advanced features in SolidWorks. So in this course, there are five. So this is a specialization, SolidWorks 3D CAD for Education specialization, and in this one you get five courses. First one is about basic sketching and extrusion. So when I showed you all the sketch entities that you can create, lines, circles, so all these you can learn. You can learn about all of those in this course and how to extrude them to create the 3D feature. And then there are these advanced sketch entities like linear sketch pattern, circular sketch pattern, and so there are other commands which you can learn in this second course. And in the third one, so if you are creating a part which is symmetric about its axis, you can use the revolution feature. And then there is similarly for sketch patterns, there are also you can also create patterns of features. And then finally you do assemblies. And then there is so in this, or whatever you learn in all these five courses, you can test all those in the exam level part modeling lesson in the final course. And then if you want, you can opt for certificate, which certificate is not that important in this course. More important is that you can go through all the content freely. And so there are 40 problems. So I have shown you just one model that you create a hammer, but in these five courses there are 40 problems which are so in and the all the 40 problems, they are segregated based on their features. So let's see one of the courses quickly. So in the basic sketch and extrusion, so there are three modules in this course. So let's look at the second module. So you can see that there are four objects created in this learning module. A simple object, a complex part, a shaft collar, and a plastic handle. So let's go to that shaft collar. So one of the key feature of this course is that so in this lesson you are going to create this shaft collar. So the key feature is that there is a complete solution video which you can go through to see how you can create it from sketch. And also there are step-by-step solutions to guide you through that first you create a new part, then you create your first sketch, and then after creating that first sketch you extrude it, and what are the features that you need to apply, what are the end conditions. So it is given in all detail. Anybody, so if you follow through this video, you are going to definitely create this part. And since there are 40 such parts that are created, you are definitely going to get that hands-on experience which you need. So first after doing this course, you will have that experience that you can create sketches, apply features, and create an assembly of your product. So once you get that idea, you can use all the skills to create your final product. Yes, Shubham.
All right. Thank you so much, Rahul, for sharing the information. Meanwhile, once we start with another section of the webinar, Rahul, it would be great if you can share those links of the courses in the chat. It will be easy for all the student and team members to understand more about it, and they can go through this courses free of cost.
Yes, definitely.
Okay, thank you. So moving ahead to this another section of this webinar, which is IDC submission walkthrough. And let me remind you, each and every team member, that IDC submission weightage is really important, and how you can check about the weightage of this competition of this IDC submission in the entire duration of the competition. Let me share my screen and guide you first, that where you can go through it. We have already added all the information in the community. It's just that you might not be able to notice on the main screen. However, let me show you how you can do that. So currently I am in this Akruti Innovation Community for Students community. What you need to do, you need to select this wiki, the fourth icon of it with a green color. And here you will find each and every detail of Akruti Innovation Competition 2025. And if you scroll down, you will find this rubrics of the competition wiki page. There we have added all the details. So basically, these are the competition rules and guidelines, what needs to be followed and what you cannot do that. If you open it, you will find this a long PDF, some conditions of entry. But what's important is the modalities of the competition, which is Article 3. And here you can see what Akruti is all about and what we are looking from each and every team. And moving ahead, when I talk about the first section, which comes down to our evaluation of initial design concept submission, how are we going to evaluate your IDC submission? So you can go through it. It's about three: theme adherence, creativity, feasibility, concept clarity, IDC post completion. Are you completing all those activities or not? And this stage one has 25% of weightage, which will get accounted in the final score of any team. So make sure you focus and prepare well. Then another one is stage two, which is we are going to launch a month after, once IDC is completed and other activities are done. And meanwhile, you are also at the end section of the competition where you are going to submit all the design files. So you can go through it. Let me drop this link immediately in the chat so that you will be able to understand what we are talking about. And now when I talk about that it has 25% of weightage, we are not going to share that those marks, that how much you have scored right now after submitting your IDC. Your marks will be stay private to us only, confidential to us only, so that in order to respect the policies of the competition. And we are just going to announce once IDC plus FDC is done, the final submission is done, then we are going to announce the top teams who are going to qualify for further regional rounds and then further international rounds. All right, let me drop this link immediately to you in the chat box. Give me a minute. Okay, there you go. So you can refer this link. I guess this might, yeah, this will work. Okay, I have shared another link. Maybe you can try this one if that above one is not working. Okay, now in order to explain more about IDC submission, we have another expert, Mr. Kunli Garde, and he will guide you and give you a whole walkthrough how you can submit your IDC submission as a team member or a team leader. So over to you, Kunlik.
Thank you, Shubham. Thank you, Rahul, for the great explanation about the SolidWorks. And yes, let me share my screen. Uh, okay. I hope my screen is visible.
Not yet. Let's wait. Yes, we can see it now.
Okay, great. So, as Shubham showed you, this is the community, and on the community, there are multiple posts you see all the time, right? Many of you also have posted some questions, some doubts, and many of the thing. It is the community to engage with each other, right? So, in that, you get a post to for the instructions of IDC submission. But if that post is not visible, don't worry. So there is one highlighted post in here in blue, which will be highlighted for all the time. and you can access any time you want for the Akruti competitions, task status, then webinar links, and all the things you need in the competition. So what you will need to do is you just need to go to this community, Akruti Innovation Competition community, then the welcome post, which is highlighted. So this is a wiki post, so I can scroll down. So there are onboarding steps, which I hope you all have already did at your end. Then there are activity tasks. So there is a first task which is already ongoing, and the deadline for the task is 31st July. So the task is for creating a team community. So we have explained it in earlier webinars, which is the webinar about onboarding and doubts clearing session. In this webinar, we have showed you how you can create the community, and after creating a community you can receive a SolidWorks license. So I have seen that some of you have posted some Q&A questions in the Q&A section, that how can I get a SolidWorks license. So this is the task one. After completing the task one, you will receive your SolidWorks license. So make sure that you create your community, or I can say that you complete your task one before this deadline. So it's about creating a team community. Then next is IDC submission, for which we have this webinar session. So we have published a task 2 recently, which is IDC submission. And what you can do is, if you want to refer the instructions about the IDC submission, then you just need to click on this task 2 link. Once you click on that link, you get whole page of the instructions, step by step instructions, from where you can refer all the detailed instructions of how to create the IDC and how to do the submission. So we can go step by step. So the first step is, you will need to refer the IDC IDC post template. So the first thing is here. You can just click on that and it will get opened. So it is a template post. You can see that. So there are some information asked from you. So as explained in here, you need to create only one post per team. Any team member or leader can do this activity. So this post sharing activity and IDC submission activity is only limited for one team member. So you don't all don't need to submit this post. You can work on the idea together and create the template and create the IDC presentation, and then submit it through this process. So the first step is having this template by clicking on this link. Then once you open the template, click on the more options menu and select forward. So when I go to this template, I will click on the forward button, and here I need to select my team community. So as I explained, there is a task one in which you must create a community. So the same team community is used in this task too. So you just need to select your team community, which will have your unique team ID and your team name. So just select the team community, make sure that the post option is selected, and you will just need to click on the forward button. So once you forward the post, what it will do is it will create the uh, post in your team community. So it will be the IDC template post. So once this forwarding is done, so I have explained this, how you can click on the post and then forward the template. And then what you will need to do is go to your team community. So you will just need to go to your team community and then click on the more options and then click on edit. So in this edit, why we are doing this is we need to enter all the details asked in the IDC template. So like member name, then title of the member and the email ID. So title will be like team member, team leader, whatever the title will be, it will be mentioned in here. So one of you need to fill this template completely. So then there will be the product details. So basically what IDC is idea design concept. So in this IDC phase, what you will need to do is you already have selected your theme. So now you have to select your product, and you have to select that product and enter all the details about the concept of that product, why you selected it, and all those details. I will explain it in in few minutes. So there is a short summary. So what is short summary is short summary of your product design. You decided to solve the problem statement according to theme. So the short summary will be there. You can concise that summary and enter it in here. So the main part of this the IDC submission is the idea design concept presentation template. So this is also explained in this section. So before that, we will just revise that what we have seen is we have tried to forward the post. We have forwarded the post, then edited the post. After editing, we have entered all the details, including the title of that post, which is according to your team ID and team name. Once it is done, we have entered the details of the team members, which is team member, title or role, then email IDs. Then we have entered the final theme, final product name. Then we have added the short summary. So once this many steps are done, there is the PPT template we have shared in the community. So it is also shared in the instructions page. So there are particular aspects of your product that you will be asked in the IDC template. You will need to fill all the details, and you have to explain your product idea according to the template, so that the juries will be able to understand your problem statement and be aligned with it. So I will just go to this idea design concept page. So there is one PPT. What you can do is you can just click on this and download. So I have downloaded it. I will just launch it. Just give me a second. So I hope the idea design concept presentation is visible to you, the template.
Yes, Kunal.
Yes, okay. So in this template, there will be some slides in which the particular details about your product are asked. So there are some things like the first one is obvious one, that name of your product, then selected theme, team name, kind of introduction theme. So you will need to add this. Then there is team details. The same way you need to enter in the post template. So you will need to add the images. You can directly add the images in here. So you are already an Akruti champion if you are coming this far in the competition to complete the IDC template. So just need to add the image, the details about your names and role in the project. Then the team mentor details. So image of your mentor, then name, designation, organization name, then email ID. Once it is done, there is a problem identified. So the first one is, so you may have selected one problem, then you have created your product to solve that problem, right? So there will be the details about that particular selection in this slide, which is the first one is problem description. So what problem would you like to solve? You need to explain it briefly. and then you will need to give some background about it. So describe background of the problem situation, then explain the social context of people in the situation and existing solution available. If you have some product, so there must be some existing solution which are already there in the market. So you will need to give some justifications and how you have how you have shortlisted this idea and how you are going to go forward with it. So you can also add some images, the videos which can back your idea. So it will give some extra weightage, or we can say that the juries will be able to understand your product correctly. So you can add as much information you want, but make sure that it will be understandable and it will be very much convincing. So the problem identified is here. Then there is a theme selection. So you all know, right? So there are four themes in this competition which are aligned to the sustainability concept. So you have already selected the theme. So keep the only theme you have selected, and you can remove all other themes so that it will show the only theme you have selected. Then there is what excites you about this theme. So what is the unique about this theme as per your point of view, and why you have selected the theme, and why you have decided to go forward with this theme. So what is the we can say what is the impact of this theme in your product selection. Then there is a why did you choose this theme? So again, what led you to select the specific theme? Highlight the factors, interests, or goals that influenced your choice. So the same, the this thing you need to explain briefly. Again, there will be the reference images. You can choose to add those if you want to explain it further. So you can add the images as much as you want, which will explain your idea in this reference. So then there is a significance. So why is it urgent problem? Describe why the problem you have identified is important to solve. How can it benefit the society, and think of impact. So in every idea there is some impact, right? So it could be emotional, it could be financial, it could be anything which we can say drive that idea, and which influences anyone to choose that idea and try and make the efforts in that direction. So you just need to state that problem which led you or which influenced you to select that idea. So you need to explain the importance of it. Then there is a research findings. So a very important thing this is that what are important findings in your research. So you will need to describe what research findings about users, human factors, technology, social context, etc. that influence your design. So once you selected the product, you may have researched about it, right? So you have researched about all the things you need to do, the existing existing products in the market, then existing technologies in the market which will be beneficial for this particular product. So all these research findings you found in your journey, you will need to add it in here. You can also add image for the reference. Then there is a product specification. So from this slide, the exact specification of the product will be started. So for creating that particular product, what components will be required, you can list down those requirements. Then there will be technical requirements. So what technical requirements you need, what equipment you need, what technical or what technology you need, you can list down or explain it in brief here. Then there are human factors requirements. So what kind of human factors or technologies you need to add in your product design or project, you can add it in here. Also the another thing is constraints. So what are the limitations of this product you need to list down, you can list down in here. You can again add the images for the reference in the subsequent slide. Then there is a concept direction. So what directions you explored and which one you finalize. So there, uh, in your journey, there must be various ideas came across your mind, right? And you have selected this particular concept. So there must be a reason to select that. So you can list down the direction which you have explored while studying about this product, and you can add it in here. So please add the details of the theme and project you have finalized. So this is all about the presentation template. So what you will need to do is you will need to complete this particular template, fill all the details, save the template, and you need to attach it in the post. So just give me a second. I will again share the uh, post section. So once the IDC template completed, you can add it in here. I will just need to click on edit. So I will add the team ID. Let's say AG25 14000. It will be like that for you, right? So it will be given to you, and then there is a, I will say ABC. Let's say this is my team ID. So my name is this, I'm leader, and my email ID, I can add it in here. So the same way you need to add for the other three members too. Then there is a final theme. So I will say sustainable mobility. Then the product name, I will need to add it in here. I will add the summary in this section, whatever it could be. Then the IDC presentation. So again, the link has been shared it in here if you are not able to access it in this particular instructional section. What you can do is you can remove it, and you can just go in here, upload media from device, and it will show the file explorer. You can select the final the IDC submission presentation, and you can attach it in the post. Once all the things are done, you will need to click on publish. So this is about the publishing the post. So this phase is also completed. So the final thing, the final thing you need to register for the IDC submission, that to complete the IDC submission is to share the link of that post to us. So for that, what you will need to do is you can go to your team community, then go to that post which you have just edited. So in this case, let's say I have published this post. So this post is available in my post section. So what I will do is I will click on this more options, click on share by link, copy link. I will go back to this post. There is survey, take survey. So open this survey, enter this details, team name, team ID, team leaders, email ID. So these things, add it in here. The main thing in here is to add this link correctly. So this way, when you click on done, your submission will be done. So once the submission is completed, you will receive this particular message that submission is successful. If you see this message, you can consider your IDC submission done. If there are some queries from our side in this particular submission, then we can directly contact the leader from the details shared in that survey. So it's all about the IDC. I hope all of you have understood it. You can refer this post anytime you want, and you can go through the steps and submit your IDC. Make sure to submit the IDC in mentioned deadline. Okay, I think yes. You if you have any doubts, you can add the questions in the Q&A section.
Yes, Kunlik, we do have. If you are done, we can start with Q&A.
Yes.
Okay. So, Kunlik, one question regarding the template. There are two slides. One is problem identification and then significance. So, one person has asked what's the difference between both of them.
Just let me refer the Q&A. So yes, I will open the template again. So this is problem identification. So this is kind of you can understand like a problem statement. So your problem statement, you can add it in here. So what is the problem which is already there in the market and you want to solve that problem. So until this particular step, we can consider that there is no product there, right? So there is no explanation about the product which you have selected, but only the explanation about the problem. And in this particular slide, which is significant, so why is it an urgent problem? And describe why the problem you have identified is important to solve and how can benefit the society. Think of impact. So so in this problem identified section, add the problem statement. So what is the available problem and what is the impact related to that problem, be it emotional, financial. In some cases there are products available which are financially very costly, expensive, which are not readily available, directly purchasable for the mass audience in some cases. So that kind of significance you can add it in here.
All right. Thanks, Kunlik. We do have one more question. Can we add more pages to the presentation template? What edits can we do to the template and how much detail should we add?
So in that case, actually we can't stop you from adding any pages, but make sure that you keep it in the constraints of the like aspects that has been already shared. So you do so what kind of things you can add, those are that those will be backed by these particular aspects. So if you want to explain the significance and it can this slide is not we can say sufficient, then you can add the slides which are relevant to this. So make sure that the slides you add it in here or information add it in here is significant. Sorry, the which is sufficient and supporting the original aspects which have already been asked.
All right. So yes, I would also like to add more to that. Definitely, what has been requested in IDC template, the slides, almost 10 slides, you can fill the necessary details as per the template we are sharing. It's enough, I feel, for you to share information about your product and what you are designing so far. But if you still feel that okay, something more to be added, and then in that case you can add one more slide and you can add all the relevant details. Okay, Gunlik, one more question. Can we use the library, download and import them for some complicated design to save time, or do we have to design it?
So you can use the libraries to what you can say, to use the to add the OEM parts in the design. So some kind of motors, then there will be the electrical components which are already available in the market. if you are going to use those parts which are OEM and available in the market and already in the library, then you can add those directly in your design by using the part libraries available. So in that regard, we also have the you also have the free access to the part supply library from Dassault Systems. So I will just let me share the detail with you. Give me a second. Okay. Okay. My Chrome tab is visible again, right?
Yes, Kundlik.
Okay. So I will just go to part supply. So I will also add this link in the Zoom chat. Okay, I have added the link in the Zoom chat. So in that part supply, you will have the available all the available resources which are already there in the library. What you can just do is you can just log in here with your 3D experience ID. The same ID you use for the Akruti community, you can use in here. And then log into this and then download any part, any component available there, which is OEM. So you can use that. But make sure that you use this thing only for uh, the OEM parts which you are not going to directly design, but you will be directly purchasing it from the market and add it in the product. So I have logged in here. I will just go to categories and there are multiple categories in here. So there is electrical drive, transformers, power supply, accumulator, all those things. Many things are here. You can download and use it. So in this case, I will just select any random component and then click on download. So there are also configurations you can add. So there are multiple formats. So CATIA, V5, SolidWorks, and SAFE format is there. So you can directly download it. Okay. So next,
Yes, one more question, Kundlik. Okay, in IDC, do we need to provide the original product which is made or illustration of the product because if it is not finalized yet?
yes. So as this task says, which is idea design concept, you will need to just explain the idea concept. So to explain that idea concept, if you have some design, sketches, and all the things which are supporting your idea, you can add in here. There is no like you don't need to actually have the final thing in the design, but you can explain your idea in here. So that is why it is called idea design concept.
Yes, true. So I would like to add basically whatever you have done so far. If you have, let's say, if you have prepared 25% of your actual design, so you can share some snippets of it and mention in that. It will help our evaluation team to understand what your progress has happened so far. And as Kundlik mentioned, we want to know about your idea. What is the problem statement that you want to solve, and with what intentions of your idea and product that you are designing. So we just need those details. We don't want you to be too much elaborated. I mean, I can see many questions where they're asking, can we add more slides or what is the maximum number of slides we can add? We are not. We do not want that. We want you to be very specific. So try to restrict yourself within those slides which we have shared. do not remove those slides also. We want you to answer all the questions mentioned in those slides. So you have to answer, make sure that you are answering all the questions. Other than that, if you feel that there is some more information that you would like to add, just add 1 or 2 slides extra, not more than that, to share all the information. It could be in the pictures, videos, or it could be in the text.
Yes, also, I would like to add that if you have seen in the PPT template, there is only information about the problem, why you are selecting that problem statement, and why what is the reason, what is the relevance, and all those things. So we are not completely ask you the design and what is the working and all those things. You can present your idea in that way, so you can add all the relevant details come to your mind, and on what idea you are working, so those detail can be added in there. So please adhere to the template, and you can move ahead with this task.
Yes. Okay, the deadlines for submitting the IDC is 7th of August. We have already added in the highlighted post. You can check that. Everything is available in that post. You don't need to ask the same question to us. Just get that link. Kunli, can you share the link in the chat? Just
Yes.
use that link all the time. You don't have to go anywhere. That is your one-stop solution to know each and everything about Akruti.
Also, you you will have all the webinar recordings in this section, which is webinar updates. So this in here today's session will be shared, so you can refer this post and directly have the recording and watch with your convenience.
Right. And we can see a lot of questions where they are saying that we are not able to open the link. It says content doesn't exist. That's okay. No need to worry about that. The only answer could be that you might have not received the platform license access so far, or maybe you have shared us a wrong email ID and we were able not able to invite you on the right email ID. That could be another challenge or issue, I would say. So make sure if all these things are already perfect, just drop us an email to akruti.contests@3ds.com. There is a dedicated team who will support you. They will find the root cause of your problem. Whenever you're writing an email to them, make sure you are adding your team ID as well as your email ID with which you have submitted your form. So we can track your with your team ID and we can see what was the issue you're facing and we can help in resolving that. Please don't add your team IDs right now in this question, in this Q&A section, because we don't have much time to do that. But over the email, yes, you can send. So I'm now going to take the questions which have been frequently answered, and I guess we want our audience to know about it, what is happening. Okay, and before taking any questions, I'm also going to start a poll. So this poll is going to help us with your feedback, what kind of suggestions you are recommending to us, and how did you like the webinar content so far? If you have more suggestions, you can definitely write in an elaborate manner. I'm going to launch this feedback form right now. So requesting everyone, all more than 200 participants I can see, I request everyone to please submit your feedback to us so that it will help us in bringing wonderful content each and every weekend under this Akruti format. Meanwhile, we are taking questions one by one.
So there is question, what if I don't have any images currently or any designs? So if I don't attach images, then will it impact my marks? So in that case, so as explained, you will so there must be some references, reference images, some things you have worked for to finalize your product, right? So those things you will need to add it in here. So jury will be evaluating the submissions in the IDC. So In that manner, so it will be evaluated as per the information shared in that PPT. So in that case, yes, the evaluation will be impacted by the information added in the PPT, or we can say IDC template.
Yes, and few questions have been asked frequently, and I guess we have been receiving these questions in each and every webinar. Should our design be built compulsorily on SolidWorks or paper design will work? See, the answer is we are we belong to Dassault Systems, and Dassault Systems is providing a whole suite of licenses in the form of SolidWorks, in the form of 3D Experience, Katia, Simulia, Delmia, any whatever your requirement is, we can fulfill that with the particular student license. So if you are asking us to use any other third party design tool, then definitely it is not allowed. It is strictly against the policies of the Akruti competition. You might have forgotten to read about those policy, but please do that. It's already mentioned in the community as under rubrics of the competition. Make sure that you are using our solutions, because why not? The answer is not like that you have to use it to participate in. The answer is that we are giving you world class licenses where you can do each and everything whatever your need is, better than definitely better than third party applications. So why don't you learn those software and enhance your skills, which can actually improve your professional career, and you can definitely get a job in one of the dream companies you want, or you want to start your own business working as an entrepreneur. In every front, you are going to get a benefit out of it if you are learning the software which we are providing to you for free of cost through Akruti. Okay, one more question. Can a student be a mentor? Answer is no. We want answer is, I would say yes or no. If that student is currently a senior to you and they are now maybe doing a master's course, maybe doing PhD, a PhD person can be a student, right? So they can become a mentor. Okay, one more question. Can we make app web for problem statement? Up to you. How do you want to showcase? However, we want you to fulfill the criteria, which is completing that presentation template which has been shared. We are not allowing any deletion of any slide, so make sure you don't delete any slide content. You can add more to that, but don't delete which has been asked already. Yes, 7th August is the final deadline for the IDC submission. It's not the FDC submission. So IDC stands for Initial Design Concept, meaning we want to understand what your progress so far has happened as far as your product is concerned. We would just want to know that it holds 25% of weightage. Rest of the 75% is will be being fulfilled by your final design submission. That's going to happen almost 2 months from now. So you still have enough time. The final design submissions are going to close in the month of September only. So make sure you're utilizing this 2 months of your time, improving your product to that extent that when you are presenting, when you're submitting your product to us, it is easily being adapted by the evaluation team, and they are just loving what you have created so far, because you are here to win this competition. So with that intent, please make sure that you are improving and optimizing your product before the deadlines. About the mentor being a student, okay, as I already mentioned, a student who is a senior to you, for example, you are a team of first year students and you want a mentor to be from a fourth year student, then yes, in that case, student can become a mentor. Or another case could be a student who is currently doing his master's or PhD. Those people are also students, right? They are senior to you, yes, so they can become mentors. Can there be changes in the IDC when we submit FDC? let's not, please do not think about that as of now about FDC. All the instructions will be explained to you in step by step format. You please focus on your IDC. We don't want to bombard you with all the activities in one go. We can definitely do that. We can print and upload all the tasks in one go, and we'll give you 3 months of timeline to submit each and everything. But that's not the case. We are connecting with you all each and every weekend. We want you to learn the softwares, the skills that we want you to gain. So make sure you are following the instructions properly, following all the steps which we are uploading each and every weekend, connecting with us via webinars. Definitely connect with us on the community. You ask any question in the community, you ask any technical question, we are there to support you. Any login details, login issues, you are facing issues, just ask a question by sending an email at akruti.contest@3ds.com. We are there to support you. Currently, please focus on IDC. That is your first milestone, we can say, where we want you to know what's your current progress. Many of you were asking questions. There are so many images, placeholders we have added in each slide. Can we delete them? Yes, if you feel that okay, your one slide can be explained by two images only, and there are four image placeholders, you can remove the rest of the two. If there are no images of that particular slide, you can remove all the placeholders. So it's a very basic common sense that you can refer. If you have information, add it. If you don't have, just remove the placeholders. Just don't remove the slides. Okay, oh my God. Kunlik, there are so many questions. Can you and Rahul also go through them, which are important? Let's talk about it. And which are FAQ, basically frequently asked. Let's answer them by typing.
Yes, I was just typing it, but yes, we can directly have, like, there is a questions for what if we use Blender, can we use it or should we convert? So this question comes in, I think, every webinar. So in this case, so we would like to recommend that you use the licenses we provide to you in the competition, in this competition. Like, we are sharing the SolidWorks license to for you to use. Then there is a 3D experience platform for which access have been already shared to you. So please use those things to learn how to use the tools, and then design in those particular tools. So you will need to use the SolidWorks or 3D Experience platform, or we can say DS tools in this case.
Yes, and there is one question that the course is not free. So the course, the all the content is free. There is an option called audit the course. So using that option, you can view all of the content for free. But for certification, you need to pay some price. So uh, to go through all the content, you can get that free of cost. So that was
So,
one of the question. It was, yeah.
yes, Rahul. So I would like to emphasize more on the learning part of it. You are here to gain knowledge out of it. And I can see also many questions where they're asking that SolidWorks content is already present on the YouTube and other courses are available. You can definitely go through them. Wherever you are finding the right knowledge, please go through them. It's just we were showcasing what has been uploaded, created by Dassault Systems SolidWorks team on Coursera. We have made a tie-up with the Coursera to reach out to more users who can gain SolidWorks as a part of their knowledge software. So you can go through it. And talking about the certification, yes, it do comes at a cost, which you are going to pay to Coursera only. So if you wish that okay, this course is valuable and you would like to pay that, you can do that. Otherwise, just go through it and complete all the examples and exercises for free of cost.
And the difference
And
between this course and the course already available, that this one is the latest one. So that's one of the difference.
yeah. And in 2 months down the line, we are also going to provide you free certification credits, which will help you to test your skills and complete the certification, CSWA, CSWP, and all these certifications, any one certification of your choice. So you have to stay with us till that time so that you are eligible to receive the free certification credits.
Yes, so this course has 40 problem statements, so you will have enough practice to pass those certificates, when they are provided. So go through that course.
Yes, so I can see many questions are mostly FAQs. Please check the chat box. We are already answering and sharing the links, the common links. You can refer them. Many questions have been answered already. You can go through the webinar recording. We're going to upload this webinar recording by tomorrow. So you can definitely have that and see what has been answered so far. Meanwhile, the poll is still live. We want you to answer the poll. It will help us in understanding um about what kind of content you are preferring and is it really worth to share this content which we are currently. And I can see many of suggestions have been made in the questions also. We are definitely going to take care of it so that you can enhance your learning, you can enhance your knowledge through Akruti objectives. For the community request, those who have uploaded their community request, let's say by late evening in Friday, and then Saturday, then Sunday, and then early morning Monday.
Shubham, all the community requests has already been processed till today.
Okay.
So if you can check again if you have so it should be accepted. If also I will encourage you to check the notification section. So there are many of the cases in which the community is not following the guidelines, like the name is not according to the naming guideline, or the community type is not as per the naming guideline. If that is the case, we are sending the request back to you. So please check your notification section where you will have the instructions. So if your community request has been accepted, you will get the notification. If it is not, then also you will get notification along with the instruction what you will need to do.
Okay. Kundik, I think we should take one more question, which is, sir, we should make any vehicle model or just a device to control that effect for sustainable mobility theme?
So, yeah, for this particular question, so this also comes in many of our sessions related to the theme selection. So I would just put the themes uh, explanation in the chat box where so in this particular case, yes, you can create the device which will be added for the sustainable mobility thing. So you it does not mean that you need to design the complete vehicle in this case. So if your device is contributing in this particular sustainable mobility theme, then you can use that device, be it any on any scale of device. So you it does not need to be any particular vehicle, full size vehicle. Also, yes, please check the chat section for the theme related details. So there are theme related details. So what you can do in that theme, what kind of what kind of selection criteria you will need to have. Also, there are problem statement examples in the wiki section, in the same wiki section, accessed from that link. So you can have that as an inspiration. Okay, sir. Please, I want to know whether I have to add my team before or after request and how. So, once you complete the task too, so the community request will be received by us, then we will review it, we will accept it if it is okay. Then once the community is created, you will see the community in your community section, and then you can add the members in your community. The information is already shared in the task 1 instructional post, so you can access and check the information. Okay. Where do I get SolidWorks key? Again, SolidWorks key will be shared when you complete the task 1. So please check the instructional post and complete the task 1 as soon as possible before the deadline.
For those who are asking about the national finales and regional finales, see, it's a worldwide competition. And last year, we organized the national competitions in multiple regions, depending on the partner in your respective region, how they respond and how they want to organize, be it a physical uh, competition, physical version, or maybe an online version. So kindly stay tuned till the final design submission closing, and then we are going to finalize the top teams, and then we can comment on that part, that to which locations these national finales are going to happen. As far as we know, the international is going to happen in Houston, Texas next year in February 2026. So kindly aim for that. Those who are asking about font types and all, see, you don't have to worry about it as long as you're keeping the slides format as it is and answering all the questions. You kindly don't worry. We are not going to cut your marks. We are not we are not those strict teachers who is going to cut your marks and giving you the negative marking for each and every small mistake that you are doing. As long as your objective of explaining the about the product is very much explained in that presentation, you are good to go. Don't worry about those silly mistakes that you are going to do. We are not going to deduct any marks.
I think there is question, for example, for testing purposes in aeronautical project. So I think it is again about the product selection. So as long as it adheres to the themes which are already shared in the in our competitions, like the themes you must have chosen from the 4 themes, right? So as long as your product adheres to those themes, you can develop your solutions according to that.
Yes. Uh, Kundlik, that question has come up again regarding the vehicle model or device. See,
So
okay, let me answer that. Sorry, Kundlik. See, you have to understand what you are designing. If, as we have provided a theme which is sustainable mobility, anything can come under this sustainable mobility theme. When we are talking about mobility, you can think of the transportation system. And when I talk about transportation system, it could be a road-based transportation system. You can think of transportation system which is flying in the air, maybe floating in the water. So any kind of system that you would like to make. Now, since you're asking that should we make any vehicle model or just a device, I can sense that you are currently designing a device. So focus on that device only. If, for example, there is a device which gets fitted into a car to give you the nice experience, you don't have to design the car because you are not a car manufacturer, you are that device manufacturer. So you have to design the device only. If Samsung LCD or LG LCD or LED is going to get inbuilt in the car, one of the cars, then you are not going to design the car also. You have to design the LCD only. So just consider that as an example and work on your product only. Don't think about any other uh, external subsystems that might not be relevant in your case. Okay. For example, now if you are designing a ball, I'm just taking a very simple example of a ball. You are designing a very unique ball which can do this, which can do that, but there is no need to design a bat, cricket bat also to showcase. However, if you wish that okay, the design is simple, you can do that. Otherwise, no, not required. Yes, so now I have received one more question regarding sustainable mobility. You want to develop a parking system? Go ahead. You can definitely do that. However, the theme could be sustainable infrastructure and cities also, because you are just focusing on the parking system and not on a specific mobility vehicle. So you can think of changing your theme as well. So this could come under sustainable infrastructure and cities. Wow, we have answered more than 150 questions. Great. All right, so I'm going to end the poll, and more questions are going to be answered via email. You can send us an email to akruti.contest@3ds.com, or you can take the most use of Akruti students community to ask any questions. We will definitely respond you in coming weekdays. If you want to connect with us like this, how we are doing it, please be ready for our upcoming webinar next weekend. We are going to share those details very soon. I would like to thank Mr. Rahul Rai and Mr. Kurligarde for giving their valuable time and expertise even on the weekends. So thank you so much, guys, and thank you so much to all the students for being a lovely audience. And take care and good luck to you all. We'll meet you soon next week. Thank you. Bye bye.
Thank you everyone for
Thank
joining.
you.
Bye bye.
Yeah. Bye
Bye.
bye.